What Looker's all about is really expanding this notion of what it means to be self-service on data. And we've seen a lot of tools recently become very self-service around data discovery and visualizations, but you had to have a data set to go off and do this kind of discovery and visualization on. And it had to be loaded into a data engine, or it had to be loaded into some kind of cube typically. What Looker is doing is it's really providing these curated browsing experiences across much larger data sets. So end users can not only do this discovery and visualization, but they can actually find the core data sets that are interesting to them to work on.
Customers can actually be looking at their real data in real time by sitting in database the way Looker does. It allows you to look at things that are happening right now, not at some snapshot of something that took place in the past.
One thing that's really different about Looker is that Looker connects directly to a database, either transactional or an analytical database, and then can run directly against that database and query against it. And that provides for a whole bunch of functionality, capabilities, features that nobody else can really do.
With Looker, you're able to define, again, the world that your business users and the company can operate in, and the, what we call base views and what they can explore in the database. The analyst can define and reuse these dimensions and metrics throughout their model and create an environment where the business users are asking and answering multiple questions from the looks, from the dashboard, sending and saving reports, emailing them out. All of this is done via the application, all online on the web through a web server. And now these teams can focus more on the typical analyst work and less on that constant back and forth and sending and resending reports.
So in some ways, it's this model of write once, read many. They can define something, point, make a join, point out a definition, and it's done once. Then there's just consistency, reusability, and scalability.
So data analysts today are back to hand coding SQL, or they're writing MapReduce, or they're really, servicing the data requests and data pulls that end users and business users are coming to them with day to day. And what Looker finally does is it allows those kinds of data pull requests to become self-service, so that the business user can explore data, not just perform discovery, but actually explore deeper in data and find data sets to then discover on, so that the data analyst now is a much better leveraged resource. So they can build, these curated browsing experiences for end users in Looker, and then they can go off and do higher level, higher value data kinds of problems to solve, bigger issues in the business. So not only do organizations become more data driven with Looker, they really then also, go up the food chain in terms of what value that the data folks can provide back into the business.